Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Natalie's Vitality. I'm super excited about tonight's recipe. It's gonna be barbecue grilled tempeh with collard greens, which now it's gonna be collard greens and kale because I realized I only have this much of collard greens left, which is like half a pound, and it shrinks a ton, so that's not really gonna get me very far. So we're doing collards and kale. They're gonna be smoky and sweet and delicious. Before we get started, I just want to show you guys what tempeh is. I know not everybody's familiar with it. This is tempeh. This is what the package looks like. What tempeh is a fermented soy product. Now, half of a package, which is a serving, is 16 grams of protein. It also has iron in it, calcium, so it's an awesome food that is super versatile. Now, the thing with tempeh is it has a little bit of a bitter taste, which can be off-putting when you try it for the first time. So I'm going to show you guys how we get rid of that bitterness and just make it super delicious and awesome. So let's get started.
So we're going to start with our washed collard greens. We're going to fold them in half and cut out that center spine. And go ahead and roll your collard greens up and cut them into segments. Go ahead and do that with all of your collard greens and just set them in a large bowl off to the side. Then with our kale, we're also going to cut out that center spine, but instead of rolling them, we're just going to cut the kale as it is because it doesn't fold as easily. So go ahead and get all that in the bowl. And then your greens are ready. Just go ahead and put those off to the side. Next, we're going to crush, peel, and mince 2 cloves of garlic for our greens. So go ahead and mince those and just put them off to the side as well. Once your garlic's minced, you're going to dice a half of an onion. We're going to use half of what we diced here for our collard greens, and we're going to use the other half for our tempeh. So go ahead and divide those piles in half. Next, we're going to add about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to a pot on medium-high heat. And once this olive oil has heated up, we're going to go ahead and add our onion to the pot. We're just going to saute that onion up until it gets nice and fragrant. Once the onion's ready, we're going to go ahead and add our minced garlic and saute the garlic with the onion until everything's nice and soft and fragrant. Then we're going to add 2 cups of vegetable broth. This is a no chicken veggie bouillon, but you can use whatever veggie broth you have at home. Now we're going to let this pot of broth come to a simmer. And once it's come to a simmer, you can go ahead and add in your greens. Don't be alarmed by how high they are. They're going to shrink a lot. Now, once you've added those, we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for some acidity, 3 tablespoons of liquid aminos for a nice depth, and 1 tablespoon of agave. Then 2 more cups of vegetable broth. Go ahead and give that a stir and just cover that up and let it simmer for 30 minutes before we add more. Now we're going to go ahead and unpackage that tempeh. As you can see, it's a little bit of a challenge to get open. They pack it really, really tight, but once you have it open, just go ahead and lay your tempeh out on your cutting board and cut it into 1/2-inch thick slices. We're cutting it this thin because it's going to absorb a lot of the broth that we're going to put it in. So go ahead and set that to the side, and we're going to crush 3 cloves of garlic and peel them for our tempeh broth. You can go ahead and add some olive oil to a saucepan and add in your onion and your crushed cloves of garlic. Go ahead and saute that until they just get fragrant and add 2 cups of vegetable broth. This one is a no beef veggie broth, but again, use whatever veggie broth that you have. Next, add a 1/2 cup of liquid aminos to your broth. It's going to give a nice depth of flavor. Let that come to a simmer, and once it's done so, you can go ahead and add your tempeh. We're going to let our tempeh cook in here for 45 minutes, so just cover that up and let it sit. Alright, now let's check back on those greens after they've been cooking for 30 minutes. You can see they have shrunk down a lot. Go ahead and just give them a stir, and then we're going to add in some more seasonings. Add a teaspoon of onion salt, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of hot sauce and a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Then add some black pepper and some salt. Just sprinkle a little bit of both of those in there. Stir your greens up again and get all that mixed up. And then go ahead and cover them up for another hour of cooking. While both your tempeh and greens are cooking, we're gonna start our barbecue sauce. So pour a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce into a bowl, and then add some garlic powder, some hot sauce, some onion salt, and some liquid aminos, and give that a nice stir and just set that to the side. Now once our tempeh come out, we're gonna put them on parchment paper so that broth doesn't get all over. And after our 45 minutes of cooking, go ahead and lay your tempeh out on the parchment paper. We're gonna go ahead and coat this cooked tempeh in barbecue sauce. Get it evenly spread on both sides. Once you've done this, we're gonna grease our grill pan. Go ahead and put your tempeh on there. We're gonna cook these for 5 minutes on each side. So close that up. Then after 5 minutes, go ahead and flip your tempeh. Close it back up, cook another 5, and they are ready. They are crispy. Go ahead and put some more barbecue sauce on them for an extra saucy tempeh rib. That's what I like to do. Now let's go grab our greens and plate it up. So we're gonna get our greens on the plate, and we're gonna put our tempeh ribs on the plate with the greens. There you go. That's the beautiful plate right there. Let's give it a taste.
It looks amazing, and I definitely tasted along the way, so I know it's good, but I'm about to taste it all together. I'm just gonna put my hot sauce on my greens because I love hot sauce on my greens. We're gonna give it a taste. Wow. This is amazing. Make this at home. You would not know that these greens did not have meat in them. They're smoky and delicious. Tempeh is so tender. Putting it in that broth totally gets rid of the bitterness. Nice and saucy. This dish is so good. Make sure if you like this video, click the thumbs up, comment, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and make sure that you follow me on my Instagram at Natalie's Vitality for more vegan meals. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks for watching.